the St. Ambrose University Fighting Bees, coached by Eric Liddick. And from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, the Mount Mercy University Mustangs, coached by Cassidy Corey.
Kelly Kulick joined by the two coaches.
Cassidy, back-to-back NCBCA Men's Coach of the Year. First time for you being in this position with your Mustangs. What's it going to take to win the championship?
I think first for us it's execution. They've done it all week, so I know that they can do it here. The second thing is also their connection. That's one thing really special about them, and I think if they stay connected here and be the family that they are, I think they can do great things together, and we're just grateful to have another day together of the season.
Good luck in this match. Coach Eric, you are no stranger to this championship finals. 2 times you've been here, the 3rd time. What's it going to take to win the championship match on this demanding pattern that the men have bowled on all week long here at Ashwaubenon?
Well, I'm going to echo what Cassidy just said. A family, execution, effort, energy. And there's a reason why we're both here today, because so many of our players are very good friends with so many of their players. So it's fantastic that we're both here.
Great words, Eric. Good luck to you in this championship match. Best of 5. Let's see who's going to take home that team title.
2 programs, Kel, only an hour and 15 minutes apart. Davenport to Cedar Rapids will make history here in Green Bay. For the first time ever, an Iowa school will win the ITC. We'll find out who it is tonight.
The Intercollegiate Men's Team Championships on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Dexter, the #1 bowling shoe in the world. By a future for the sport. The USBC and BPAA are working together to build a future for the sport of bowling at all levels. Visit bowl.com today to find out more. And by Lane Talk, connecting the world of bowling.
Back in Green Bay, getting set. Men's ITC championship match, best out of 5. Packed house as always at Ashwaubenon. Our feature for the sport, oil pattern. Kelly, break it down for us.
Oh, Dave, by far one of the most complicated patterns I've ever seen developed by Nick Hoagland. 40 feet in length, no drop brush though. It's going to buff right out to 40 feet. Scoring pace is medium. I think it's going to be very low. All the men already have gotten deep inside between 4th and 5th angle, trying to create a lot of skid through the front part of the lane. I think managing the release, less rev rate is better. Got to hit the head pin. Multiple shots thrown each frame, low scoring for the championship finals.
Lineups here in game 1. Richards, Beery, Close, Hirschrud, and Kendrick Siders, the anchor bowler for the St. Ambrose Fighting Bees. And the Mustangs from Mount Mercy, going for their first ITC championship. Jake Boxty, Alexander, Andreessen, Blaney, Blake Walsh, who won the ISC championship a year ago in Las Vegas, a singles national champion in 2025. Wants to win a team championship this year here in Green Bay. Raucous atmosphere as always for the men's ITC championship. It's going to be fun. Jake Boxty leads us off. Two-handed lefty. Hurts with a channel. Cruising back to the 1-2 pocket, leaves a 10-pin. NAI Rookie of the Year. Fabulous season for the Mustangs. Hoping for a championship this year here in Green Bay. These two campuses located very close to each other. 10-pin. Boxty's got it. The players know each other very well. All of them have competed in junior bowling throughout their entire playing careers. This is definitely a rivalry match. What a way to wrap up the ITC here in Green Bay. Devin Richards from Fort Myers. Tall one-hander, right lane, comes in high, getting help on the 6, and no nudge in the 10 pin. Coach Eric Liddick told us pre-match very versatile. Good table setter for the Fighting Bees.
Already inside the 4th arrow. Remember, 40 feet. So right at the beginning of that second rangefinder is where the pattern just drops off. It's flat at that end there. I said there was no drop brush, meaning any remainder oil in the machine itself would be carried down to the end of the pattern. Not this time. 9 is a very good shot or score for the first ball in each frame.
Has the mark, no problem. This packed house is rocking. Keegan Alexander, sophomore, Killeen, Texas. Coach Cassidy Corey told us during practice today, he's like this. Team Spitfire just gets everyone going, big energy. Trying to light a flame here early. Game 1, best of 5. Nice shot, perfect. As he tattoos the 1-3 pocket.
Great shot by Keegan. Love the energy that team bowling brings.
Nothing like it.
To the bowling center.
It's Keaton Berry. One of the few Iowans on the roster of either team. Wow, good looking shot, ringing 10 pin. No break. But a good location for his first ball of the match.
Great delivery. A lot of practice time for the men. All bowlers able to throw multiple shots during their practice time. You can see they're ready starting at 5th arrow, and this is only game number 1.
Smack down on that. A lot of sizzle on that ball speed. Zach Andreessen up next, Princeton, Minnesota. Former all-rookie team member, Rookie of the Year, NCBCA 2 years ago. Two-hander. Nice. Trip 10 pin. Zach's on the money.
Sliding in the left gutter. Left gutter, game number 1. Right about board 40. So the lane, you know, front to back 60 feet, left to right, 39 boards. Eventually, it doesn't get longer, it gets wider the further inside you move.
Entire close. Now lives in Cedar Rapids, the same town where Mount Mercy is located, of course, but grew up in Aurora, Colorado. Just moved to Iowa last year. Two-hander, little high, didn't matter. Nice looking shot for close.
Starts off 30, 35, sliding 35, 27, 26 the arrows. All right, so here's 37 feet, here's 40, here's 43. The pattern ends somewhere in this spot. Ball is going to be rolling out of the pattern. Ooh, with very little taper at the end of it. I like low flaring pieces of equipment, something that's not going to change direction too much, something smooth, and again, keeping the hand or hands very soft at the bottom of the swing will be key.
Andrew Blaney, their partner. Little off target. 3-pin stands for him from Hydesville, Maryland. All rookie team member as well. Both coaches talk about versatility.
Interesting. He puts his ring finger and pinky in a spare ball.
All good there. Single pin spare conversion. Keeping us clean, early going in game 1, best out of 5. Lucas Hersrud. Clinton, Minnesota. Two-hander. Crossing over. Almost a Brooklyn strike. 6-9-10 up. One of the great benefits of USBC youth membership is the chance to earn college scholarships so you can pursue your dreams. In 2025, more than $11 million was awarded in scholarships across the country. Learn more at bowl.com/youth.
6-9-10, cross lane, plastic ball.
Coach Eric Liddick told us pre-match, a shot maker, low key, really good teammate, takes care of business. Keeping things very close. Blake Walsh, been on the big stage before. I call him Belmo as a nickname. He's from Australia. Won it all a year ago in Vegas on the single side. Wants a team title this year. Had to really hurry. 2-pin. Not enough.
He's also sliding about 38. Gets it to board 8. Down lane. So far, so good. High RG ball, clean cover. They said the comment was that the ball spinner and outlets in the paddock for the players were just overutilized. I'm surprised that the building didn't lose electricity from the ball spinner being used so much to try to shine up every piece of equipment they had.
Little close. Blake's got it.
Not the way I would have shot it. I would have used plastic and went straighter.
No, I get it. Kendrick Sider steps up here. Anchor bowler from Eagle River, Alaska. That's just north of Anchorage. Beautiful suburb. On the way to the Matsu Valley in Alaska. One-hander. It's high. Baby split 310.
Yeah, St. Ambrose has many of their athletes with the one-handed style. I think allows that allows them to back off their rotation at the release point in between 20 and 25 at the arrows. High on the head pin. Baby split 310. The men are only allowed to check 5 pieces of equipment into their arsenal, and often enough they'll avoid choosing a plastic ball for spares and just try to straighten out their strike ball at the release.
Siders, nice. Goes to the left side of the 3. And Kelly takes care of business. Great start to the match here.
Yeah, backup ball right here. Left to right, getting the ball to deflect into the 10-pin. Close match through 5 frames. Game 1 still going.
Here at Ashwaubenon in Titletown. And we talked in the broadcast about some of the new faces. PBA Tour winning their first ever title. And their collegiate experience, Brandon Bonta, the 300 game against EJ Tackett to open up the season in a major. That was amazing. Along with fellow shocker Spencer Robarch won it all Ohio a couple weeks back. Austin Grammer from Weber just won. And Patrick Dombrowski, major champion as well from Brighton Stratton. Former collegiate stars getting their first ever title. EJ Tackett, great season on tour. No titles yet. As of our show day here, but the runaway leader in points. Interesting season. No two-time winners. Neither of these schools have won an ITC title. That might change here. In the second half of game one of the best out of 5. Flirting with disaster there was Box D.
Yeah, Jacob. 5-step approach. Very direct. Left to right, just keeping that 1-2 pocket in his sight. I think having the lefties, I'm a little strategic-wise, I would think, less breakdown during qualifying in some of the matches. They said the left side wasn't great all the time because there was less traction on their side. I just think that might be a slight advantage because the ball has only one direction to change towards that pocket.
Whoa, and a whiff, and the first mistake of the match changes things. Boxty, the leadoff bowler out of Maryland. Open frame. So Richards and company out of Fort Myers, Florida. We'll try to take advantage. Win probability. It's only game one. Best out of 5. Delivered approach for the big man. High shot. 6-pin. Will stand.
You know, off his hand, the ball looks so good off his hand. It's in the correct direction and everything. Sliding 34, 22, 23, 9, 10, right here. This is right where the pattern ends though. So this, from here on to the head pin, is full amount of friction and dry from that point on, from board 10 to the gutter. So extreme amount of friction, making the ball hook even more in the back portion of the lane. That's where I feel less is going to be more. The more you can take your hand out of it, the more successful you will be to control the pocket.
6-pin all over it. Two 9 spare efforts for Devin Richards, the leadoff bowler for St. Ambrose. Keegan Alexander, Texas. He was homeschooled growing up. Family owns a bowling center. Been around the sport his whole life. Deliberate. It's high. 6-10. No major damage. Trying to stay clean here in game one.
From my experience, Keegan's got some great experience on Junior Team USA this year. Great rev rate, low tilt, meaning the ball is just more in that end over end roll right off his hand, controls the front to back motion. And he has so many tricks. He's so versatile with his releases, with ball speed. He's a chameleon. He can do so many things.
Alexander 6-10. Got enough. All even. Keaton Beery up next. Out of Letts, Iowa. Eric Liddy called him just solid all the way through.
Funniest guy on the team.
Very dependable year, he said.
Yes. Last time up, ringing 10 on the right lane.
How about this time? It's high, 6-pin.
So as the ball starts to hook too early, the men will have to continue to migrate inward and get a steeper angle through the front part of the lane. The more angle you have, the more holes you create. The only problem with that is the bigger angle, the more boards the ball is going to cover, which could jeopardize the reaction overall. This would make my brain hurt for sure. 6-pin for conversion.
Very good golfer as well. Good at lighting the team up. Andreessen steps up. Mustangs by 1. Working on a spare. Trip 10 pin. Big strike. Good one for Andreessen.
Now, from my observation, if I was the coach right now, if I was Cassie, I would try to get all the players to try to do what Zach is doing. There's just so much fresh oil in the front part of the lane. On the left side of the lane within the first, 10 to 15 boards from that side. So instead of 1 through 39, or maybe 39 backwards, and just allow the ball to hydroplane and float through the front as far down the lane as it possibly can to control that 1-3 pocket.
Tyler Close. Breaking up the bucket.
2-5-8.
2-5-8 could be tricky.
It's tricky depending if he decides to hook at it or go straight at it. I think both put you in jeopardy. You have the sleeper pin behind, so you need some angle and some motion from the ball hooking to take out the 8. But with such a challenging pattern, I almost think going straighter might be better.
Teammates want the 3 pins. He looks down, and that's why. Sleeper 8 stands. Open frame. Mustangs now by 15 pins here in game 1.
Yeah, there's 3 strikes for Mount Mercy in our first 8 frames. Only 1 strike from St. Ambrose. Lost his footing a little bit at the foul line. 8 still stands.
Back to Blaney out of Maryland. Trip 10 pin, good shot. Andrew Blaney.
I think he heard me.
Delivers. He did.
Yeah.
Or at least the coaches certainly noticed that.
Yep. Yeah, Zach is just creating that free push. Andrew starting to slide in the left gutter as well. We call it bleeding out. Eventually the ball is hooking on the short oil distance. It's going to slow down and change direction. It just starts to bleed out in the right part of the lane.
Lucas Hersrud. Trip 10 pin. Coach Eric Littig told us pre-match not overpowering, but man, is he accurate. Has been so solid in the 4th slot for the Fighting Bees. The Australian with a 2-hander from down under, and that's a disaster. 1, 2, 4, 6, 10 washout.
Wow, picket fence. Super washout. This one, 161. If he gets 3, 79, 188. Door open. It's going to try to convert. Either slide the 1 into the 6 or fit the ball in between the 1-6.
Backup ball. Almost gets it. Great effort.
So close.
From Blake Walsh. 10 pin stands.
Yeah, I see many 2-handers now doing the backup ball. Reverse hook. Left to right for their 10 pins and splits like this.
For game 1, Kelly from Mount Mercy.
So close. Needs to strike. Strike 9.
That'll do it. Siders, anchor, St. Ambrose looking for that 10 pin, doesn't get it. And with that lack of strike, Mount Mercy does win the first game with a 189. It was good enough for the Mustangs in the best out of 5 in this Hawkeye State rivalry. Wasn't easy. A battle in game 1 goes to Mount Mercy. And their cross-state rivals, the St. Ambrose Fighting Bees. Mustangs win game 1, 189, 180, best out of 5. Fighting Bees, St. Ambrose, they win game 2, 166, 149 for Coach Eric Liddick in his 13th year leading the Fighting Bees program. Coach, what was the difference in game 2 in your mind?
Both teams struggled. I think you can sum that up. This is a challenging pattern.
Coach Eric, anything different on the right lane you'll do differently compared to the left?
Not really. Hopefully just execute.
Coach, you and I talked pre-match about what would this mean for your program after coming so close runner-up twice in this event. How do you feel now about the possibility of winning this thing?
We'll worry about that later.
There's an honest answer. All right, Coach, we appreciate your time. Eric Liddick, longtime coach, veteran, has had such success at St. Ambrose. Telling it like it is. We are back with game 3 coming up here. Best of 5, all time, one apiece on CBS Sports Network. Shadows of Lambeau Field, ITC Men's National Championship, Baker Bowling, 5-on-5. That's Ramadan Bowling Alley. Literally a 5-minute drive from the frozen tundra. Let's check the Bowl TV highlight of the week in men's team action. There have been plenty of highlights this week, but the match between Wichita State and Weber International could be one of the best. Let's join Emil Williams Jr. and Spencer Moser of Bowl TV for the call.
161 Carter Street, the National Collegiate Bowling Coaches Association Men's Player of the Year. A strike and 3 pins. Gotta have it. Crosses over and carries. Carter Street carries the Brooklyn.
The Shockers are trying to shock the world, Emil. They did it. They got it.
With the Intercollegiate Team Championships on the line, we move ahead now to the 5th frame in game 3. Here's Walsh. Messenger came really close on the flat 10. Didn't get it.
So good by Blake. Watch the head pin. The 2 just collapses in the 4 into the 7. Head pin off the sidewall. Another inch or 2, it would have clipped out the 10.
All tied, game 3. All tied in the match, best of 5. Missed it. A whip 10 pin, critical for Mount Mercy. And the anchor bowler, that's a shocking open.
Well, still a little bit early in the match, but don't forget, spares cost them game number 2. Could that be their nemesis?
Henrik Siders. Alaskan will try to take advantage.
Think about how many obstacles there are in bowling. We have the ball return we have to contend with.
Well, by 21. Had a hurry. Looking for a break. The helicopter into the 7 pin, doesn't quite get that. Just the 7 to contend with for Kendrick.
I've mentioned it once before, you know, we talk about on Team USA, Junior Team USA, lane play versus ball motion. When the lane pattern is just tough, it's all about lane play. It's just trying to hit the one in front and the one right next to it to give you a good outcome. 9 single pin spare, something like that. Ball motion, if the scoring pace was like 230 or better, that's when ball motion would be important. This is all about technique, physical game, launch angles, and consistency.
Calling all bowlers, follow @youth_bowling on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok to stay in the loop on all things youth bowling. Whether it's stories about upcoming events, contest giveaways, or tournament coverage, you won't want to miss out.
Here we go, Mustangs, here we go. Here we go, Mustangs, here we go.
Lots of support. Great crowd on hand. Here's Boxty. Off the open frame. Leadoff bowler. Second half, game 3. Avoids the split, 4-7.
Got him fired up in frame number 1 with a big strike out of the gate. Remember him shooting at the spare once before, not being successful.
Watch out. Dropped it. 4-pin stands, open frame. That is devastating for the leadoff bowler, Jake Boxty.
Yeah, and I will say this: we're definitely going to be practicing spares at camp. You can see he's the only one on the left side. More angle, takes out the 7-pin, leaves the 4-pin by itself. You know, they're used to or have the commonality of shooting spares with their plastic ball on regular conditions, but now they're seeing something so extreme, they're not sure how to adjust to it.
Richards, that's got really hurried. Light hit could have been more damaging. 1-2-8 standing.
I mean this sincerely, but I would love to take bowlers from the 80s, early 80s era and put them up against the team right now, just to see the comparison of the short oil days back in that era of the PBA Tour compared to what the young men of today using urethane reactive resin bowling balls, and see how it would play out, right?
That'll be a very interesting exercise, Cal. Right in at 1-2-8 covers. And Mr. Energy at the top of the lineup for St. Ambrose has a mark.
Well, we can only wish, but just trying to relate it to the fans out there tuning in, something that they can relate to from past generations. Zach on the left lane, he's been pretty good on this side.
Stat pack breaking down the numbers into our third game. That's the key stat right there. 2 open frames for the Mustangs and none for St. Ambrose.
Funny thing is there's only 7 dots on the approach. I think we might have to add a few when we remanufacture some approaches.
Andreessen, 10-pin.
Fantastic delivery by Zach. I think he's just so much more comfortable. He's more comfortable on the left lane because he's able to create that steep angle through the front. Now I'm looking at the lane again. It's no longer a rectangle. It's becoming more of a square, left to right for sure.
Cross lane, 10-pin, got that.
Let's see what Keaton's going to do. So right down here, he's going to be so far left lane. I'd have my eyes somewhere like this far down the lane at the 34-foot mark. Real steep angle through the front. Somewhere looking on the right gutter at that distance too, just to get that steepness through the front part of the lane.
Let's see what Beery does here. Good look at it, and that's a messenger for you. Perfect spot contact with a 10. Here's Rude. That's a high shot, and the 3-6 up for Lucas.
So close. I want to say the left lane is just a tad easier, only because the approach is endless. They can go as far inward or far left as possible and create some energy with their foot speed to get the ball down the lane. We're still not done.
No. From Glendon, Minnesota, all the way on the North Dakota line. The western part of the state, small town, Minnesota. And here's Walsh stepping up.
An interesting game. Every game so far it's come down to the 10th frame, the last bowler.
We love it.
Just how important it is.
Two
Every
strikes
game.
and 5. 2 and 5 for Walsh to shut out St. Ambrose in game 3.
10 pin last time up.
Last year's singles champion. Left lane. 10 pin. Yes, enough. Just enough. Incredible. From Blake Walsh from Australia. The USBC Collegiate moment of the match, Kelly.
Was that delivered from down under?
Oh. In slow motion, got to the 10 pin.
Yeah. He still needs another one.
He's another 1 and 5 to shut out the Fighting Bees in the 3rd game in our best of 5. What a reaction.
It's not over yet.
No.
Another one shuts him out.
Walsh crossing over. Almost a Brooklyn strike. 6 pin. They can't shut out the Fighting Bees in this game.
No, but they're going to force the Fighting Bees to double in the 10th frame.
Double and 6 going to be required for Siders. Assuming Walsh has the 6, which he does. 183 game for Mount Mercy in game 3. So Kendrick Siders, anchor bowler, Anchorage, Alaska area, Eagle River. Beautiful country just north of Anchorage. Double and 6. Looks for the first one. Oh, shot. 10 pin.
He did that in game 1 too.
Mercy with a 183 is a winner in game 3. Right down to the 10th frame. And Siders, a ringing 10 pin, doesn't get the break. That means the Mustangs in search of their first ever national championship lead 2-1 in the best of 5. Game 4 on the way from Green Bay. Game. Blake Walsh, anchor bowler, Mount Mercy. Mustangs take it 183-176. Cassidy Corey, their coach. Boy, what a reaction that was from Walsh when he got the messenger. Cassidy, did you expect this to be such a close match?
Yeah, I mean, we both seen Ambrose a lot, and so I mean, we know how talented they are, and we know what both teams are capable of, so we expected it to be a battle.
Cassidy, every time the team's been on the left lane, they've won their match. What do you got to do to win a game on the right lane?
We just got to keep executing like we know we can. We've done it all season. We've done it all tournament week, so we just got to keep our execution up.
Lots of energy and emotion here in the building. What do you tell your team in terms of that, how to regulate that in the last couple games here?
I mean, I think it's about channeling it correctly. We have a lot of fans back here, a lot of our kids, which we're grateful to have them all here, family, everything. So we just got to channel it and make sure we're using it correctly.
Thanks for your time, Coach. With the Intercollegiate Team Championships on the line, we move ahead now to the 5th frame. Heading toward the halfway point here of Game 4. It's very tight. They've all been close. Game 1, 189, 180. Mount Mercy game 2, St. Ambrose 166-149. And then the Mustangs won game 3, 183-176. Siders need some strikes here. First time. There it is. Right on cue. Put the graphic up. He delivers.
And he's been consistent as well. 10th frame showed up, I think ring 10 both times. He's also sliding 47, 48 for 950, right around there. I know last year Mount Mercy had the opportunity to make it to the championship round, and spares cost them advancing into the championship matches.
A two-hander from down under. All-American Walsh. Some loft. That's right. That was sweet. Here's Richards. Chance to put his team up by 5 in the 6th. Whoa, watch out. What happened, Kel?
Third step was really long. I pulled up at the end. Didn't let go of the ball, stepped over the line. But because he didn't let go of the ball, he gets to do it all over again.
Wow.
What control.
Incredible not to foul that.
I don't know many people that can do that.
We'll try again. And he's way, way off. Something definitely got in his head there and misses.
Yeah, I would have
Way
reset
wide right.
even more.
Yeah.
I know throughout the week there were a lot of 3 counts and everything. It just, to have that composure to stop, but put the ball down, go through your routine again,
Restart.
start all over.
Just got 3.
Hope your shoulder didn't come out of its socket.
Ooh. That was athletic, wasn't it?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. It's an enormous shot here, trying to cover it all. He really did a great job to get a mark out of that.
And the good thing is it was on a strike. So off a strike, the 3 count, the spare, it just is like any other normal spared frame. It could have been 9 spare, 3 spare, it's just affecting.
So here's Boxty. They have an opening. Go by 15. 6-pin a nudge, but it stands. Great experience, junior Team USA.
Has a silver medal in doubles and team.
Wants a Helmer Cup. Got a 6-pin. Inching closer to that goal, but it's still close here in game 4 in the best out of 5. Keaton Berry from Iowa. This all Hawkeye State matchup. Even more special for him to try to get a title in his home state. Look at the loft there. Help on the 4-pin and no contact for Stans.
Love to see that all over again. Just how much he's lofted the ball over the front part of the lane. Ours are 15 feet away. Lands it just before, right here, 14, 15-foot mark. My goodness, what strength and power that takes. I don't even know how you weight train for that, Dave. Lots of power from the lower body and the legs.
Amazing. That thing was cooking down lane. Has the mark. But they don't need spares now.
Here we go, Mustangs, here we go.
There's Andreessen.
Here we go, Mustangs, here we go.
Second team All-American steps up. Team works on the spare. Seventh frame. Misses the target, pays the price. 4, 6, 7, 9.
Yeah, both his teammates, you know, Blake and Andrew are in front of the ball return. Right idea. I just think Zach he's trying to force it where his body feels comfortable next to the ball return. If he could just get the extra foot in front of it and create the loft over the first 8 feet of the lane. Hope the ball give the ball a chance to strike.
Game changer.
Might try to go for the 4-7 and slide it over.
Let's see. Andreessen, tough pickup. No. 6, 9, up, open frame. We'll have more action from the Intercollegiate Team Championships right after. Welcome back to the Intercollegiate Team Championships from the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Let's get back to the lanes for more action. Up by 10 now for the Fighting Bees. Win probability jumps to 72.54% for St. Ambrose. Close. Brooklyn. Sometimes you get lucky.
You need those breaks. Need those breaks.
Next stop, Brownsburg. Wow.
Here we go, Mustangs, here we go. Here we go, Mustangs, here we go.
Sometimes it just works out. Amazing.
Well, if this does go to a game 5, I would think about keeping Tyler in the lineup, but maybe just moving him in a different position.
Alexander. Oh. Great shot. Somehow, somewhere, the 7-pin survives the shrapnel and stays up. How?
We saw the over-the-top 7 for Keaton. Or for, yeah, Keaton. Couldn't believe the 10-pin didn't fall on the left lane. And now the 7-pin for someone who's been in control of the lane the entire time. It's just heart-wrenching. So difficult to watch.
Big non-strike in the 8th.
Advantage St. Ambrose.
Fighting Bees working on a strike to their foundation frame. Alexander has the 7-pin. The Bowling.com Youth Open will take place at different times from July 8th through the 26th in Blaine, Minnesota. It's a national tournament with over $80,000 in scholarships. A great chance to have some fun and to make friends. Check out bowl.com/youth-open to get the details. St. Ambrose. Hersrud steps up. 4-slot bowler for his head coach Eric Littig, 13th year trying for his first ever title. Already seen his star singles player Tyler Close win a championship in Green Bay this year. Hersrud trying to get going. Has a huge strike in the ninth for a 20-pin lead for St. Ambrose in Game 4. Delivers. Clutch.
I'm speechless. I'm just in awe. I'm just watching.
Now it's Blaney. His teammates want to avoid a 5th game. He's trending that way. Mustangs on a spare that's high, 3-6-10. And the path got easier in Game 4 for St. Ambrose.
Ring finger and pinky. Straight at 3-6-10.
Got it. Well done by Andrew. From Hughesville, Maryland. Now to Siders. Eddie Mark will shut out Mount Mercy in Game 4. A strike does it. He's got it. Fighting Bees fight on. They'll win Game 4 and force a 5th game. And the decider here in Green Bay. And then for Coach Eric Littig. Pumped.
Game 5 it is.
Siders got it done when he had to. Needed the mark in the 10th. And ties this best-of-5 matchup 2-2. One game determines the 2026 ITC champion. We have it for you next. Ready for a 5th and deciding game. Kendrick Siders need this strike. Eddie Mark in the 10th at the end of Game 4. And man, where he and his coach Eric Littig pump up. No lineup changes. Here we go, Kelly. Game 5. That's what it's all about, right?
You said it, Dave. This is it. Nowhere else to go. One game determines it all.
Two schools, their sister campuses connected. Only an hour and 15 minutes apart on either side of Iowa City and Southeast Iowa. Game 5's underway. Box D. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 1-3-6-7. Washout.
Really, really aggressive speed here. 1-2 board. He's been around 3-4. You know, inch and a 16th makes a big difference. There's no flare potential in the spare ball itself. Not much. Here's the washout.
Big shot early and can't get it to the 7th pin. Mustangs begin the 5th and deciding game with an open frame. Interesting, we'll see with Devin Richards does see the numbers so far. He stayed away from an open frame. You know, that stop and did not foul. Ended up getting a spare. Last game, last attempt.
Another ball change.
Seven pin, a bump, but no. It will not fall.
Great shot by Devin. Start off frame number 1. Steps off to the right. Just not enough momentum. With the head pin, runs into the 4 pin. 4 pin doesn't have a chance to kick out the 7.
Right on it, 7 pin. Has the spare.
Yeah, interesting enough, he takes 7 steps in his normal approach. Obviously, for the ball return, it's only about 4 or 5, but with a spare shot, he takes the full approach with 5 steps. Ball change for Zach as well in the left lane.
See the numbers in the first 4 games.
Every team that's been on the left has won.
Andreessen. 10 pin. Gets tripped. Has the strike.
Sliding about 40-41. Ball that doesn't change direction too much.
St. Ambrose runners up 21 and 23. Both times at Wichita State. Wisconsin Whitewater won it all last year. Beat the Shockers in Vegas in 3. This one's gone the distance. Bumped. Struck. Beery delivers the hammer.
Yeah, look at his reaction. Great shot. He's just such good grip pressure to be able to manage his hand at the release, landing at a 27, 28, 15 feet out of the lane. Kind of looks like Major Mika in his days when he could loft the ball that far down the lane.
Finland's Mika Koivuniemi was something like that.
Yes, he was. Still is, especially on the senior tour. Just started back. Keegan's been in control of the pocket all time. Just unfortunate. 7 pins, 10 pins along the way. Looking to put another X on the board for the double for Mount Mercy.
Alexander to cut into the lead, making 1 pin match. The 5 pin falls late. It's 1 here in game 5.
He's just able to keep the ball online with his ball speed and rotation. Shiny symmetric ball, just really, really consistent. Have to highlight that all night long.
Tyler Close looks to fight right back. His team up by 11 in the 3rd. Falls just out. The 4 pin laid down. It goes. Fighting Bees.
It's do or die, babe. Do or die, they know the intensity is high. Almost 6 arrow, just humming it, and throwing it hard to the pocket.
Sometimes you can't watch.
You want to watch, you can't watch.
It's just too dramatic for St. Ambrose fans. Andrew Blaney delivers. It's back to 1.
So where has this condition been all night? Because they're making it look pretty easy right now.
Game 4, the only time any of the teams tonight either have gone over 200, but 210 for the Fighting Bees. It's been a slugfest, been a battle. And now unleashing some strikes. 5 straight between the teams. Hersrud put his team back up by 11. Gets high, didn't pay the big price though. Flirting with a big 4, 6-10 stands.
Yeah, this is the time of the match where you can't have your feet fail you. You got to stick the landing. You got to try to nail it and post a shot. This is a good break. This could easily have been the 6-7-10 split. Take advantage of the break, make the spare.
Nailed it. Big one for Lucas Hersrud out of Minnesota. But here's Walsh, anchor bowler, Mustangs. Team up by 1. Chance for an 11-pin lead.
Going back to another ball change again.
Loft, Walsh. Not quite 2-pin. Keeps things very interesting. Almost halfway home in game 5.
As everything's unfolding, I'm watching Coach Ledig just pace back and forth in the back, just controlling his motions. Blake looked like he was referencing something, maybe where the distance he was in front of the ball return to kind of feel like the same that he was on the right lane. Looked like he's trying to judge the distance back from the foul line to give him the same feel. 2-pin, I'd be going straight at this.
Gonna hook it. He's gonna get it. We are tied in the 5th and deciding game. Siders delivered. End of game 4.
Kendrick's hand, I could see, is a little shaking a little bit over that air dryer.
Lots of loft. Just the 3-pin.
I could just think, just telling the players right now, trust your mechanics, trust your skill, post a shot and create all the power you can from the lower half of your body. Keep your eye on the target and let it go.
Got it. Kelly, halfway point, 5th and deciding game. What's better than this?
I don't know, Dave, but you better not be getting off that couch. You better stay tuned in to see who wins this championship.
Welcome back, Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley, iconic bowling center here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Moments from Lambeau Field. We are moments from seeing which team, Mount Mercy St. Ambrose, takes home the 2026 ITC title. National championship on the line. Only half a game remaining in the 5th and final. Here we go. 1-pin advantage for Mount Mercy with 5 frames left. Top of the lineup, Jake Boxty. What a match from Green Bay. Boxty, 6-pin. How would you coach these young bowlers right now, Kelly, in this moment? What would you tell them?
At this point on, they've been in control the entire time. Have fun and trust the process. Just like any other coach would say, but believe in yourself. Find one thing to focus on. I would say post a shot and let the cards fall where they fall.
All tied here. If it is tied after this game, if we play another game, full game, to determine the champion. Richards. Yes! 60 feet to success for Devin Richards. Crunches the pocket. Nice.
Ball change in game number 5. 9 spare his first time up. Packs 10 straight back. Wow.
Enormous. Zach Andreessen.
Look at Blake, he can't even watch. There it is.
Seventh frame, working on a spare. You better believe it. Bullseye. All tied into the 7th. Keaton Berry steps up. Put his team up by 10. Look at the loft.
Left side.
Whoa. Runaway shot way wide left. Missed the pocket by a whole lot. 1-3-6.
I do love his tempo. Just hits up on it, doesn't get it projected left to right as much. Center part of the lane. Yep, he knows it. Pressure's on. Got to make the spare.
What's the MPH on that one?
Yeah, I'm like 22, 23, something, my guess. I can't see on the score monitor. I would love to see it. It says 17. I think that's a little inaccurate.
One of the barometers says 27. Is that possible? That is just got some gas on it.
27, yeah. Need to wear my glasses.
27 is confirmed. That thing is moving. Here's Alexander. In the 8th, put his team up by 10. Not quite there. High 3-6. Keeping us very, very tight.
This is like a good, forgive the analogy, tennis match. Advantage, 40 love. And deuce. Back and forth, back and forth. This is what it's all about. I'm not bowling and I can feel the adrenaline all through my body.
Everyone in the building can, Kel.
Yeah.
A massive shot. Gets it. Clutch. Spare. Here's Tyler Close. Struck in the 3rd. Strikes again. How about it? The 10 goes down late. A strike for Tyler Close in the 8th frame for St. Ambrose.
That reaction. Coach Ledick knows. I'd love my Fitbit to tell what their heart rate is right now in each of the athletes on TV.
Pressure, bounce with each shot. What an effort by Andrew Blaney.
How far left he is.
Oh.
Just throwing it towards the 10 bin. Great composure by all the men.
Hersrud, foundation frame. For a 10-pin lead. Has it! The 10 topples late again.
That's a double for St. Ambrose. Lost his footing last time up, 24, 11, 12. Look at the 6-pin, just kick out the 10 late.
Of course, it comes down to the anchor bowlers in the 5th and deciding game. Here's Walsh from Australia, trying for a championship again, won the singles title last year in Vegas. Looking for the team crown this year. Finds his spot. The tie of the 10. Yes! To 10 pin! Tie again! Incredible! First in the 10th for Walsh.
Very interesting because Mount Mercy gets to finish their 10th frame, putting a little bit more added time and more pressure on Kendrick.
Walsh again in the 10th. Not this time.
Well, this is interesting without him doubling in the 10th. This means that Kendrick will not have to get the first strike, but count is very, very important.
Wants to get one. Doesn't.
Ooh.
Misses both. They lose count. 2-13 the score now for Mount Mercy. Up steps Kendrick Siders with a chance to win the championship for the Fighting Bees.
9 spare 8. Biggest shot of his career. First one in the 10th. 9 spare. 9 spare would be good.
Siders strikes. He strikes. St. Ambrose has won the 2026 ITC.
Stay behind the foul line and hit one.
Just one. Incredible shot for Siders. Just one. Gets all of them. And the Fighting Bees bolt to the ITC title in 2026. St. Ambrose wins for the first time in school history.
Network is sponsored by Kegel, built for bowling. By the Bowling Proprietors Association of America. The USBC and BPAA are working together to build a future for the sport of bowling at all levels. Visit BPAA.com today to find out more. And by Storm, the Bowlers Company.
So emotional for Eric Liddick, head coach, St. Ambrose, first ITC National Championship in school history after Tyler Close won singles as well. Amazing, 237-213. In the final game, they win. The very end of the best of 5, 3-2. Kelly joined along with Dennis Hacker, president of USBC and the Happy Fighting Bees.
Yes, Mr. President, I think you're holding something that the Ambrose Fighting Bees would like to hold.
I think you're right.
Yep.
You guys made Coach Eric cry twice in 2 weeks.
This is like the 5th time.
On behalf of 1.1 million members of the USBC, congratulations. I'm proud to present you with the Helmer Cup. You're our national champions. Yeah!
Coach Eric, you asked you want to make a comment first before I get to the big questions.
Okay, first of all, I want to congratulate Mount Mercy. They are a classy group of competitors and coaches, and their fans are unbelievable.
Coach Eric, in all of your attempts, 2 times you got here, just couldn't close the door. And I guess the 3rd time's the charm. I can see you, everyone here, if there's not watery eyes in the audience, there has to be. What do you got to say?
We've been winning games on the right lane, which was turned into the worst lane. We've been winning games on that lane in Game 7. This didn't surprise me. We probably picked the wrong lane, but we had to get Mount Mercy off that lane. They were striking at will in practice, and we risked. If it went to 5, then we would be finishing here. But we had to get them off the right lane. They were striking at will in practice. And this was a battle between 2 great teams who have such great admiration for each other. I need to thank our university president, Dr. Novak, and our administration and our admissions department, our athletic department, Storm Bowling, our sponsor, all of the players in our program right now, and all of the players that came before this group here. Every one of them plays a part in this, as every parent and every fan that supports us. And this won't sink in for quite a while. I am just very honored to be in a sport that has given me so much in my life.
That's what college bowling is all about, Eric. You know, inspiring words to congratulate your competitors. Well, good news is Iowa's going back with the 1st and 2nd place finish. You guys get to hold up the Helmer Cup when you go back. Gentlemen, it is awe-dropping to watch you compete. None of you are outstanding. You all worked as a team to get you to this moment. Is there any one bowler that stands out that you would just like to highlight? Look at this guy right here. Look at all the fingers.
Nobody's better than Kendrick.
We always say every bowler, whether they throw every shot or no shots, they're 12.5% of our success because they've all played a role in this season.
Well, thank you, Ambrose. Wow, going back to your school with the Helmer Cup, you are 2026 ITC National Champions.
We'll be back to wrap things up from Green Bay. Some happy fighting bees. St. Ambrose wins the ITC in 2026.